Can you please reintroduce yourself to the jury?
Hello, I'm Sergeant Daniel Pender with the Marion County Sheriff's Office.
You mentioned yesterday that during the course of your investigation, the name Lloyd Kelly came up.
Yes,
And I forgot to ask you yesterday, when did you personally become aware of the name Lloyd Kelly?
I first became aware of that in July of 2024.
And when had you gotten promoted to sergeant and promoted out of the Major Crimes Division?
In June of 2024.
So the month before?
Yes.
Okay. During your investigation, did you also make contact with a woman named Amy Bashirs who worked at Soul Essentials of Ocala?
Yes.
Did you go to Soul Essentials and collect some journals from her?
Yes, I did.
Did you review those journals?
Yes, I did.
What were the dates of most of those journal entries?
From 2007 to about 2011.
And did you read the entries in those journals and look through them?
Yes.
Did you find anything relevant to the murder of Tim Smith based on just the written portion of the journals?
No.
Okay. When we last spoke yesterday, you mentioned that various detectives gathered surveillance footage from various locations.
Yes.
And did you review those videos?
Yes, I did.
We've heard from Jesse Newbanks, the digital forensic analyst that used to work at the sheriff's office, about how he analyzed certain DVRs and extracted data from various cell phones, specifically the cell phones of Herbert Swilley and Tim Smith. Did you review that surveillance footage?
Yes.
And did you review the extracted digital data reports that were generated by Jesse Newbanks for the various cell phone information?
Yes, I did.
Did you specifically analyze the data gathered off of Tim Smith and Herbert Swilley's cell phone?
Yes.
Did you personally review those extraction reports and determine that they came from both of those respective phones?
Yes.
Did that data include some geolocation information like we previously spoke about regarding James True?
Yes, it did.
Did the data include some messaging and some email correspondence?
Yes.
Did it include connections to Bluetooth services like Uconnect reports
Yes.
and other applications?
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked first as State's Exhibit KKK. Can you take a look at that exhibit and tell me if you recognize the contents?
Yes, I do.
And where did that data, that information come from generally?
These are all extractions or reports from the Cellbrite program. These are parts of data from that.
And that's from the victim's phone?
Yes, from Tim Smith's phone.
And do those documents in that exhibit fairly and accurately depict the results of some information retrieved from the digital forensic report generated by Jesse Newbanks?
Yes.
This time, State would move KKK into evidence as 62.
No objection. That exhibit will be in evidence number 62.
And I'm showing you what's been marked as State Exhibit LLL. You take a look at that and tell me if you recognize the contents.
Yes, I recognize this also.
And generally what's contained in that exhibit.
This is more information from the Cellbrite program regarding Herbert Swilley's phone.
Do those documents fairly and accurately represent some of those items and information from the digital extraction Jesse Newbanks did on the defendant's cell phone?
Yes.
This time State would move LLL into evidence as 63.
No objection. LLL will be unanimous as states number 63.
Did you also examine information that you had obtained from Tim Smith's Grindr and Adam for Adam accounts?
Yes.
And did you issue subpoenas to those providers to get those documents?
Yes.
Using all of that information, I'm going to ask you some questions about a timeline of activity from the late evening hours of Thursday, March 23rd, 2023, into the early morning hours of Friday, March 23rd, 2023, and beyond. Okay? Also showing you what's been marked as states MMM, a map. Do you recognize this area?
Yes.
Do you recognize the various locations of the places on the push pins?
Yes, I do.
Does this map fairly and accurately depict the general location of these various places?
Yes, it does.
This time state would move MMM into evidence as 64.
No objection. That objection, MMM, the United States number 64.
Starting with Thursday, March 23rd of 2023, when you reviewed the victim's cell phone, specifically text messages, the dating applications, the Grindr and Adam for Adam information, generally what did you find about some of the websites that the victim was looking at during that Thursday daytime period?
So Thursday, March 23rd, Tim goes on the Alcoholics Anonymous website in the morning. He also goes on Grindr and Adam for Adam. Then sporadically throughout the day, March 23rd, he goes on Grindr and Adam for Adam.
Looking at the cell phone information and the correspondence that he had with people during the day on Thursday, and some correspondence beforehand, did you notice any indication that the victim was going to meet anybody the night of Thursday, March 23rd, 2023?
No.
Did you find any indication that he was going to meet somebody during the early morning hours of Friday, March 24th, 2023?
No.
Now, did you notice some indication that there was a discussion of a meet with somebody around 11 o'clock on Friday morning, March 24th?
Yes, there was a conversation on Grindr where Tim was speaking with someone on Grindr. The username was Morgan Blackhung, and it was for a possible meetup at 11 o'clock on the 24th.
Was there ever any exchange of addresses, finalizing the meeting, call me and we'll talk about it, anything like that?
No.
Did you follow up on that, though?
Yes.
And how was that followed up on?
We issued investigative subpoenas to try to figure out who Morgan Blackhung was.
And were you ever able to identify that person?
No.
But there was no indication that that meeting was ever finalized or that it came to fruition, right?
Correct.
And regardless, that meeting was supposed to occur at 11 o'clock Friday morning?
Yes.
And when did you learn that the victim was supposed to interview for his job?
9 o'clock.
And he missed that interview?
Yes.
Did you see any communication of a sexual nature during the review of the cell phone extraction in the Adam for Adam and Grindr accounts between the victim and someone you later identified as Ronald Murray?
Yes.
Was there any indication that the victim and Ronald Murray were going to meet up the night of March 23rd or the early morning hours of March 24th?
No.
Did you also see some communication of a sexual nature between the victim and someone you identified as Matt Beeler?
Yes.
Was there any indication that, from the information that you reviewed, that the victim and Matt Beeler were going to meet up the night of Thursday, March 23rd or the early morning hours of March 24th?
No.
Generally, what did the victim's location data on his phone show as far as whether the victim went to work that day, Thursday, March 23rd?
On Thursday, March 23rd, the phone location data indicates that Tim was at work. He had a short visit to the Big Lots off Mary Camp, but other than that, he was at work.
And what did the location data on his phone show about the location of the phone during the evening hours of Thursday, March 23rd?
Between 6:45 p.m. on March 23rd until 1:58 a.m. on March 24th. Tim Smith's phone was at his house.
Showing you a report in States 62 that was just introduced from the victim's cell phone extraction. What does this generally show?
This extraction here on the left shows the longitude and latitude of where Tim Smith's phone is. Also listed in there is the times of where those longitude and latitude positions are of the phone, specifically showing, like I said there, 6:45 p.m. and then also 1:58 a.m.
So 6:45 on Thursday, March 23rd, and then again at 1:58 in the morning, March 24th.
Yes.
And does it show the longitude and latitudes of the location of the phone at those two times?
Yes.
Like we talked about yesterday, can you plot that information onto a Google Earth somehow?
Yes.
By clicking that button up there?
Yes.
Okay. When you did that, what did the information show about the location of the phone during those times?
It shows that the phone was at his house.
Did you review the victim's cell phone extraction data as far as the phone's connection to a YouTube or Uconnect system?
Yes.
And we've already heard from, I believe, yourself and from Jesse Newbanks what the Uconnect system is. I'm not going to go back over all of that. But did you review a report dealing with the cell phone's connection to a Uconnect system?
Yes.
I'm showing you States Exhibit 1. What are we looking at here, specifically starting around 6:45 p.m.?
This is the log that the cell phone is receiving from when it's connecting and disconnecting to the Uconnect. And at 6:48, it is disconnecting from the Uconnect system.
And is that consistent with Tim Smith arriving home, turning off his Jeep, thereby severing that connection and going into the house?
Yes.
Moving into the evening hours of Thursday, March 23rd at about 8:30 to 9:30 p.m., did you see any evidence of communication between the victim and a job recruiter named Bruce Hermans?
Yes.
Showing you a report dealing with those messages. What are we looking at here?
These are instant messages that's listed on the left there, and these are the contents of the instant messages on the right. Between, it says who it's from, Bruce Hermans, and these are communications between Tim and Bruce.
Can you explain, again, this is States 62, Your Honor. Can you kind of explain the sequence of what was said during these messages?
Sure.
This is the first entry at March 23rd at 9:30?
Yes.
9:29, excuse me?
Yes. At 9:29, they're talking about the Zoom link that was going to be confirmed.
From Nina?
Yes.
Okay.
And after that, there is another one at 9:29 where he is stating, where Tim's stating, yes, I have it for the morning, is what he's indicating there at 9:29.
So that first message is a message from Bruce Hermans to the victim.
Mm-hmm.
The second, is that a yes?
Yes.
The second message under column 2 is a response from the victim to Bruce Hermans?
Yes, where it shows 9:29, and then you can see where it says from owner, with that owner being Tim Smith.
Okay. And he responds, yes, I have it faux in the morning. Is that a misspelling?
Yeah, that's a misspelling.
Okay. And what about entry number 3 there at the bottom? What does that show?
That is showing at 9:30:09. This is from the owner, which is Tim Smith again, to Bruce, saying, sorry, I'm not able to read that from here.
Here, let me actually give you the report. That might help you.
My job got hectic and I wasn't able to follow up with you as promised. Thanks. So yes, this is from Tim Smith. He's sitting at to Bruce Hermans. It says, sorry, my got hectic and I didn't follow up with you as promised. It looks like another typo.
So at
Excuse me a
9:30
second. Excuse me a
PM,
second.
We have another.
Excuse me a second. You cannot suggest things are typos or other words. The only evidence is what's written there.
I apologize, Your Honor.
That's okay, but I'm saying that is the evidence, not anyone else's interpretation of what's on that piece of paper. So, everyone understand? All right, thank you.
And showing you the next page of that same report states 62. What do we see in this section at 9:32 p.m.?
In the left category, we can see that this is an email that was sent. It's from Tim Smith. You can see in the middle category that it is from. He is sending it to Nina Corsi, and he's saying that, Nina, I'm looking forward to chatting with you tomorrow morning, Tim.
And does the data show a previous email from Nina Corsi to Tim Smith sent at 8:40?
Yes, it does. I
Does
see.
that email contain a Zoom link?
Yes, there's a Zoom link listed in there.
And the final message of that report states 62. What do we see on entry number 5 here?
This is an instant message, 9:45. This is from Tim Smith, and Tim sent it to Bruce Hermans. He said, thank you.
Did you notice any indication on the victim's phone that the victim was not going to go through with this interview the following morning at 9 a.m.?
No.
Did you notice any indication that the victim was going to meet anyone after these messages were sent at some other location?
No.
From the point where the victim's phone responds, thank you, at 9:45 p.m., did you notice any outgoing calls or outgoing text messages from the victim's phone?
No.
Based on the location data that we looked at earlier, where was the victim's cell phone located from the point he sends that text to around 2 a.m.?
He's at his home residence.
Moving on to early morning hours of March 24th, now Friday morning at around 1:58 or so. Did the extraction results in the geolocation data show movement beginning on the victim's phone, moving to a different location?
Yes, it did.
What does it show?
The phone begins to move from the home down 52nd Street towards the apartment.
Did you see any outgoing messages or calls from the victim's phone after, again, you said after about 9:45, that last text message we saw?
Yeah, there was none.
Did you see any user activity by the victim's phone, such as it looking on websites, checking emails, things like that?
No, I didn't see any.
Now, you said you reviewed several surveillance videos collected from various places. Did one of those videos come from a residence located near the victim in the defendant's house?
Yes.
Showing you a map which states 44. Specifically, did you review the surveillance footage that came from Pedro Vasquez's residence?
Yes, I did.
How many different camera angles did you view that were of interest?
4.
May the witness step down, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you reviewed the footage from Pedro Vasquez's residence, does this map, states 44, accurately reflect the views of the cameras that you saw?
Yes, it does.
If one were to leave the defendant's residence, how many ways are there to get to Southwest 52nd Street, which is on the top of the map?
2.
And can you point to the jury which those are?
This row here, this row here.
Did Pedro Vasquez's surveillance cameras capture footage from both of those roads?
Yes.
We talked about earlier when you went to the defendant's house the day the victim's body was found, you noticed a white pickup truck?
Yes.
I'm showing you a photograph from States 31, I believe. Is that the truck?
Yes.
And a photograph from States 31. Is that the same truck?
Yes.
And you mentioned something distinct about this vehicle?
It has a black tailgate.
So Tailgate itself. The tailgate in this picture is actually up and it's black.
Yes.
When you watched the surveillance footage from Pedro Vasquez's house, did you see a vehicle consistent with the defendant's truck?
Yes, it did.
Before I play states 31, can you describe, using the map, states 44, the path of travel that we're going to see the vehicle take?
The path of travel is going to be this way, which is northbound, up this road here.
And what is the timestamp of the video that we just looked at?
1:59 a.m.
Is that consistent with the geolocation data on the victim's phone showing the phone beginning to travel around 1:58?
Yes.
Another camera angle. What's the time stamp of this one?
1:59 a.m.
Based on the timing and direction of travel, is the surveillance footage consistent with the victim's phone leaving the house and traveling in the direction of the apartment,
Yes.
along with the pickup truck?
Yes.
Everything all right?
Send me the back, have the camera up.
Please put all cameras away. Thank you.
Yesterday, you talked about meeting with the defendant at his residence and looking at his phone and the ring application on his phone.
Yes.
When you met with the defendant at his residence and looked at his phone, you said you saw some screenshots from the ring application.
Yes.
What did you see about whether the truck was present at the defendant's house at 1:58 a.m. and 2 a.m. in the morning?
It was not there.
Is that Ring doorbell footage that you looked at consistent with the surveillance footage we just saw showing a white pickup truck leaving the direction of the defendant's house?
Yes.
So again, which direction did we see that white pickup truck travel on states 44?
Northbound.
Showing you what's been introduced in evidence as states 64. Can you point where the defendant's residence is on this map?
Down here.
And can you point again to the direction of travel that vehicle would have taken that we just saw in the surveillance footage?
This way, northbound.
And what road is that vehicle going to come to at the end of, when it reaches the end of that road heading north?
52nd Street.
If you turn left on 52nd Street, where do you go?
441.
And can you point to so the jury that path of travel where 441 is?
This is 441 here.
What businesses are located on the corner of Southeast 52nd Street and 441?
There is a convenience store on the south side. On the north side, there is a business called Green for Life.
Okay, and do we see that on the map as well?
Yes.
Did you review surveillance footage from Green for Life?
Yes.
In which direction did that camera face from Green for Life?
Green for Life faces 52nd Street.
And when you reviewed that Green for Life footage, did you locate surveillance of a similar looking white pickup truck heading towards 441 driving down Southeast 52nd Street?
Yes.
Can you show the jury the path of travel the surveillance showed?
It's going to be going to the west.
Okay.
This way.
Publishing States Exhibit 51. What does this show before we play it?
This is a view looking out from Green for Life towards 52nd Street, southbound, the convenience stores across the street.
According to the surveillance footage, which direction did that white pickup truck turn on the video?
Northbound.
Okay. And can you show on the map states 64 which direction it took?
We've been going up this way.
Okay. We've heard that the timestamp on the Green for Life footage was 1 hour and 3 minutes off.
Yes.
It was behind. If you account for that time discrepancy, at what time would this surveillance footage be taken?
2 o'clock a.m.
If the pickup truck left the defendant's residence around 1:58, passed by Pedro Vasquez's house at 1:59, and passed by Green for Life about a minute later at 2 o'clock, is that timing consistent with how long it would take to traverse that distance?
Yes.
Surveillance showed the vehicle turning right, heading north on 441, right?
Yes.
If you continue traveling north on 441, will you eventually pass Triple Crown trailers?
Yes.
Can you point where that is located on State 64? Did you review video surveillance that other detectives recovered from Triple Crown trailer?
Yes.
In which direction did that camera face?
Faces to the west, so it looks over 441.
Did the Triple Crown surveillance footage capture a white pickup truck consistent with the appearance of the defendants traveling north on 441?
Yes.
And can you show the jury on State 64 the path of travel that that truck took according to the Triple Crown surveillance? Publishing states 48. We've heard that the timestamp of the Triple Crown trailer footage was about 40 minutes behind the actual time. If the timestamp on the footage we just looked at shows 1:22, what would the actual time have been if you account for that 40-minute time discrepancy?
2:02 a.m.
If the pickup truck passed Green for Life at about 2 a.m. and then passed Triple Crown at around 2:02 a.m., is that timing consistent with how long it would take to travel that distance?
Yes.
Referring again now to State 64, the main map. If one were to continue to travel north on 441 past Triple Crown, would they arrive at Lake Weir Avenue?
Yes.
And can you show the jury where Lake Weir Avenue is?
This intersection here.
If one turns right on Lake Weir Avenue, is there a gas station on the left that a vehicle would pass by?
Yes.
What?
Marathon gas station.
Now, if you're traveling north on Lake Weir, would that be left or right?
The Marathon will be on your left side.
Okay. Did you review the surveillance footage collected by other detectives from the Marathon gas station and Lake Weir Avenue?
Yes.
Where did that camera face?
That camera looks across Lake Weir Avenue, so it's looking to the east.
And did the footage capture a similar white pickup truck traveling that direction north on Lake Weir?
Yes.
Can you, using the map states 64, can you explain the path of travel that that vehicle took according to the surveillance footage? Judge, is there any way we can dim the lights a little bit? Is that possible? Ah, there we go. Thank you. Showing states 49. And what road are we looking at here?
That is Lake Weir Avenue we're looking at across.
At what time did the footage show that white pickup truck passing by the Marathon gas station?
2:02 a.m.
And is that consistent, knowing how close Triple Crown is from Marathon, is that consistent with the path of travel? If it passed Triple Crown around 202, past Marathon very shortly after?
It is, they're very close.
Did the detectives also try to locate and download surveillance footage from a place called the Splash Car Wash?
Yes,
Where is that on the map, State 64?
it's right here on this corner on the other side of the road.
Okay. And ultimately, that was unsuccessful?
Yes, they were unsuccessful.
They took some seat.
At this time, Your Honor, based on the court ruling of judicial notice, the state of introduced states NNN, which is a Google map of the path and time and distance of travel between the residence and the Marathon located in Lake Weir.
No objection from the defense.
That would be State 65.
And then it'll be number 65. All right. Maybe a good time to break then.
The phrase, the record,
I'm sorry, Aaron?
doesn't refer to a physical place.
Wow.
Seems like it might be a good time to break. We can show you a picture, but I mean when you're done with the picture.
Okay. Showing you what's been introduced as State 65. What does this show?
This is a Google map showing driving directions between where Tim Smith and Herbert live up to where the Marathon gas station is.
What is the distance between those 2 points?
1.7 miles,
And what, according to Google Maps, how long does it take to traverse that distance?
4 minutes.
If the victim's cell phone showed movement away from his and the defendant's house at around 1:58 in the morning, the surveillance footage from Pedro Vasquez's house showed the pickup truck passing at 1:59, and the Marathon gas station showed the pickup truck passing by at about 2:02, is that timing consistent with the approximate 4-minute path of travel according to Google Maps?
Yes, it is.
2 minutes, Judge, to finish this one section?
Sure.
Thank you. Now you're just messing with me. Show you up to Martha States Exhibit 000. Do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes,
What does it show?
this shows the points that I just covered, including the Tim Smith's residence, Green for Life, Triple Crown, and the Marathon with the times that I had just discussed, mapped out.
And published.
Yes, sir.
I'm showing you states, I'm sorry. This time the state would move states 000 into evidence to 66.
No objection.
The objection there was number 66.
And can you explain to the jury what we're looking at?
This here shows the approximate time where the vehicle passed by Pedro Vasquez's residence at 1:59 a.m. And then it shows also at the Green for Life pass-by time of 2 o'clock a.m. And then it shows the Triple Crown passing time of 2:02 a.m. And then finally the Marathon passing time of 2:02 a.m.
And how would you get from the Marathon gas station to the apartment?
From there, you would just make a right along the that road that it's right next to, and then make another right, and you're in where the apartment is.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor, for your indulgence.